Awesome. Now tell me a little bit about the music and where we're going with the new album and all that kind of stuff. I hear you're busy, you're touring. You're going to be heading to the West Coast next week, from what I see.
I am,
so.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just finished my new record, Just Kids, and it comes out February 24th. And I'm doing some stuff like this, playing some acoustic performances, just getting ready. And we have a big, huge tour planned across the country, starting in March. Kind of some big rooms like I've always dreamed of playing. So we're going to some special places.
Can you say, do you have...
Yeah, no, it's all up there,
Oh, okay, yeah.
We're playing, in Nashville, the Ryman. And,
yeah, absolutely.
And in LA, the Wiltern. And in Chicago, the Rib.
What would you say for you, if you had to rank them, top 5 venues, just to play in, just for acoustics, intimacy, always getting a good crowd, if you had to say for you, what's the
I think I'm about to blow all of those away on this one. Just because I'm playing, literally rooms I've dreamed of playing. Number one would be, I opened for John Mayer at Madison Square Garden. So
yeah.
that was
if you have the garden under your cap, that's...
Yeah, it was pretty, that was and you walk out on stage and they have these giant posters of Paul McCartney and the Beatles and Bruce Springsteen and Bob Dylan.
It's crazy.
And they're 20 feet tall, and that's they are there to intimidate you right before you walk on stage.
You're right. Who all has been out here on this stage and what they've done. Yeah, that's cool. Now tell me about Nashville, because to me Nashville, it's always been a great music city, but it's now taking on this vibe. I mean, the artists that you have moving into Nashville, it's not like a country thing. You got your Jack Whites, and it just seems like the place to be for music now, and there's so many great little venues up and down there. I mean, you mentioned the Ryman, but I had this vision that you guys are bumping into each other and you're going over to each other's home studio and doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
what's it like in Nashville right now?
There's definitely a lot of really cool musicians, and the band opening Parachute is a band that's opening the tour. That literally happened because we have the same coffee shop, and I would see the lead singer Will every morning. I was like, "What are you guys doing in the spring?"
Really?
It's I don't know. I'm like, you should come open for me. He's
that's so crazy.
Okay, let's do it.
Happened in a coffee shop.
Yeah,
deal, huh?
Totally, which never happens.
Wow.
But yeah, Nashville's very it's just really cool. It's changed a ton since I've been there. So
yeah, how long have you been there now?
Almost 10 years.
Okay.
So
it seems like it's really taking this whole different vibe, and it's just a lot of great songwriters, creative minds, and it's not even so much the genre. It's not just the whole country genre anymore. It's just really everything. Yeah.
It's Kings of Leon guys came out of there. Black Keys guys live there now.
Yeah.
Jack White, and there's a lot of indie rock bands, and Meghan Trainor lives there.
Wow, really? Okay.
And, So and Paramore, there's bands like that.
That's so It's kind of like every city has its thing. Has its Seattle. Seattle had its moment. And all that stuff. It seems like Nashville's really kind of coming into its own right now.
There's just Nashville's really good at community, and I think that draws artists, and it's easy too. It's easy to tour out of, so you can.
Oh yeah, right.
You can it's just chill, man. You can drive to the airport, and it takes you, 15 minutes to get through security, and it's just a great place to base out of and travel out of.
Now, what about you? You got the home studio that you're kind of putting together?
Yes,
you got to kind of get something there?
It's happening right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was texting me fabric colors, and I was like...
the important stuff.
Yeah, I can't do this over the phone. I got to see it in person. But yeah, we'll be done almost a week or two. It's kind of a dream come true. A lot of it happened because on this new record, I produced maybe half the record myself, and a lot of it happened in kind of my home studio, a different spot in our neighborhood, but it was like a guest bedroom, and really kind of grew as a producer and a writer that way, and so at our new spot I was like, okay, it's time to make the plunge and have an official studio that's my own. And
do you have a new instrument that you're just kind of dabbling with that once you get the the studio going, you're just trying to get up and get going, you're trying to get your legs on, you tear loose on the drums?
A lot of it, how I love to make music is a lot of it is kind of using almost urban hip hop drums, program drums, and then maybe live bass, live acoustic piano. So for me, what I've just loved doing is making beats.
Does the beat kind of start your song?
Sometimes,
yeah. Yeah, I kind of notice it. It seems like a different beat, I was kind of surprised by the sound and how you mix it up. I thought it was really it's got a great sound to it.
I mean, sometimes like as a singer songwriter, you can sit down on your guitar in a living room and write a song,
right?
And that's cool. But then there's what I love doing is taking like a beat you've created that's real visceral, and you already you play it for your wife, and she's like, "Whoa, this is good. What is this?"
Right, okay.
So like you have something that's visceral, and then you try to create the same kind of song you would sit and write on your guitar, so you kind of have the best of both worlds.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Because singer-songwriter records can be so boring sometimes. They're just just
it's
boring.
You want to. I mean, and how do you change them up? I mean, that's the whole thing. I would think it'd be hard to kind of break out of a groove. If you got into something, let's say you have a hit song that has a sound. How do you make sure that everything that you do is you're progressing and and do you go back and listen to old stuff to make sure that you are taking it in a different direction, or do you ever touch the old stuff?
I don't really listen. It's funny. I was realizing this once you finish a record. I don't really listen to them again.
Really?
No, because it's you're on to the next thing. I guess it's once something's finished. Yeah, it's really odd. I put on "Ships in the Night" the other day, which is a song that people love, and I was like, wow, I haven't listened to this in a year or two. It's literally haven't listened to it.
Wow.
It'll come on the radio and you hear it, or that kind of thing. But
you purposely sought it out to sit down and say, I want to check it out.
Yeah, I guess it's just because you play it every night too.
True. Yeah.
So there's that.
Right.
But then it's I don't know. You're just on to. For me, it's everything's about the creation of it, and then once it's created, it's kind of out of your hands.
Right.
And it means something to people, and I'm playing it every night, but I'm kind of on to the next thing. It's what am I interested in now? What do I want to write?
Right.
Yeah. I that's funny you asked that, because I had this kind of moment where I was we were getting ready for my tour, and we were pulling out, I went through all my old records. I'm what's some songs I haven't played in a long time, or what's some things people want?
Figuring out for the set list.
And I was listening to Nothing Left to Lose, my first record, and I was I literally haven't listened to these songs in the longest time. I was is that normal? I was do most artists, should I be listening? I had this kind of moment of crisis, should I be listening to my music more? I don't know
what helps you make up a set list? Because you're on Twitter, do you get people telling you what they want to hear at shows, and you kind of craft it that way? How do you figure out what I'm going to roll with every night?
Yeah, it's challenging, especially because I kind of do, it's a little schizophrenic, how I'll have more acoustic songs, real beat-driven stuff, a little more rock-leaning stuff. So it is a little bit of a challenge to create a flow that really a
nice balance. So it's you don't have a huge block of all this, and then all of a sudden it's a totally different concert.
Yeah. So that's it. I enjoy that. I mean, there's definitely general songs that you want to start with and end with.
Okay.
You don't want to end on some random B-side ballad thing. Nobody.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. What was that song? I don't know. So there's definitely a flow that you generally stick to.
Yeah.
But
do you lead? You always lead with a heavy hitter, right? Do you lead with a heavy hitter? You punch him, or do you go with one that you love?
No, heavy hitter. Always.
Always heavy hitter.
Always.
And then what do you go with number two? The second one? Do you kind of bring it down? That's the one you go with. The one you like to kind of keep the
number
tempo?
Two.
Yeah, song that you.
You mean lead with a heavy hitter?
Yeah, I mean
no.
Yeah.
No. The first song, people don't realize this. The first song is kind of you can play anything.
Oh, really? Okay,
because
they're so
excited
that you
excited to be there. They're just woo, any music. They're just you can get up and play.
You like the birthday song, yeah.
You can do whatever. They're just woo, music. And the second one, you kind of got to get your groove. Yeah. Third one's kind of important.
Okay, third one is usually
it starts to get a little important.
Okay, all right.
Fourth one, it's all.
Yeah.
But what's good is I'm super ADD and
Yeah, see, I would be that way too. I would overanalyze every song. I need to move 5 to 3, and 3's got to go to 12.
It's a big deal every night, but it helps because I kind of know. I sense very much when you lose people, and I have a I have a good clock of what do we need to do here and there, what would be kind of shocking for everybody to pay attention again, and what's what would feel fun to come out of this song into that one, and
that's cool.
That's a fun and really
it
can stress you out though.
That's so awesome. Well, I tell you, we got a whole place. Copper Blues is ready to hear you, Matt. And so I don't want to steal any more of your time, but it's fascinating talking about creation process with you and what you do, and how it goes down. So tell me now, because I know you're going to be doing our show, Little Smile Stars Ball tonight. Heading to the West Coast. When are we going to be able to see you? Because it's hard sometimes to get great artists down to South Florida because, like you said, man, it's tough because we're all the way down here and you got to drive trucks, 6 hours.
It's true.
Do you have any idea when you might be coming to South Florida, with the tour?
We haven't added official tour dates, but we just got off the phone with my manager yesterday, and we were talking about adding some dates in the spring in Florida. So
awesome.
It's on the radar. We're definitely
cool.
About to announce some dates.
Cool. I just
it's on the radar.
Okay, on the radar, going to be happening. So you need to go out, get the music right now, start downloading it like a madman, mad woman. Get it all down, get it, know it, and then that way when he plays it second, fifth, sixth song, you're going to know exactly what it is. So, appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.